Michael Penix, man.
Mm.
Atlanta Falcons quarterback Michael Penix Jr. is out for the remainder of the 2025 season after suffering a partially torn ACL in his left knee during Week 11 loss to the Carolina Panthers. He was placed on IR and will undergo, like I said, that season-ending surgery. So apparently, the injury occurred in the same left knee. He suffered a bone bruise early in the season that caused him to miss Week 8. So this was Penix, I believe, fifth season-ending injury since college, which is crazy. Uh, though his previous ACL tears have been his right knee. So he not only has a bad left knee, he got a bad right knee right now. But what are your thoughts on, Michael Penix injury and, the state of Atlanta Falcons?
I mean, I think it sucks. I feel bad for him. But I also like it. It really feels like the Falcons couldn't have botched that offseason any worse. Like you went out and signed the corpse of Kirk Cousins to insane deal, and then you spent the number 8 or number 6. It was a top 10 draft pick on Penix, a guy who was already old for a rookie quarterback. And he had multiple seasons, like his knees were torn up. You already knew his knees were torn up as a rookie. Um, so, a lot of this just feels like, again, the chicken coming to roost. Like this is you guys put yourself in these positions. I don't know what this necessarily means for his career, but I don't think it's going to be good if we're being honest. Like it's going to be we talk about this in the NFL I mean in the NBA all the time. It's like you're not going to get healthier as you get older. So to have we look at like, Joel Embiid, it's not surprising that he has all of these issues because he had these issues as a rookie. Um, so yeah, the earliest they said like the earliest he would come back is 9 months, but that's being conservative. So it's like he's probably not coming back until mid-season next year, if that. And luckily, like mobility isn't a huge part of his game. So that is like the one thing that he has going for him. But at the same time, you need to be able to move around a little bit.
Absolutely.
So yeah, it'll be an interesting situation. I think it's bad for them though. But the year also is already kind of bad. But I think it's just it's set back this year and then it's gonna set you back next year unless you're able to find a decent stopgap quarterback.
And just to add on top of that, before we switch over to our next topic, yeah, like you said, it's one of those things where you just gotta wait to see how things pan out. Like you said, he's most likely gonna miss some of that start of the season. We don't know what's gonna happen with Kirk Cousins with the contract situation, and I think they traded away their their first round pick for next year, 2026. They gave it to the Rams, so they don't even have a first round pick next year.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's gonna be interesting, man. That's gonna be really